happening, people? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. You guys know what it is. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new here. I'm sitting so back from my camera today. I know you lot are probably not used to it, and you know what? My lights are not even on, so that's probably why it looks so dark. There you go. We got some light in here. Big up to everyone. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well if you guys are new here. A lot happening in the world of football and transfers, and as always, you guys know we're here to talk about that. Big up to Daniel says, unlike Arsenal, I am first. I think Daniel was the first like. Unlike Arsenal, indeed, you are first. Be sure to hit the like button. Like I said, guys, be sure to subscribe as well if you are new here. We've got so much to talk about. Andre Onana's future seems to be set in stone in terms of the fact that he is probably not going to leave Manchester United. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Jadon Sancho's potential future destinations. One thing that is confirmed for sure is that he does not want to take a pay cut. So I personally wouldn't rule out the probability of Jadon Sancho remaining at Manchester United because of the financial situation. I personally would not rule that out. So we're going to talk about that as well. We're also going to talk about Manchester United striker options regarding the biggest conversation right now regarding strikers for Manchester United is Hugo Ekitike. It's funny because, guys, you know, transfer windows are interesting, right? Because 1 minute we were talking about Mateta for like a week. Next minute, we were talking about Gyökeres for like 2 weeks. And now we're talking about Hugo Ekitike. We're going to talk about him. We're going to talk about the price tag. We're going to talk about the clubs that are in for him. And as well as maybe where we see him ending up. And we're also going to touch on other transfer topics, such as Antony. That is another player that is potential to leave. I think it was reported that Jadon Sancho and Antony, both of them have been left out of the printing for the new jerseys. So for the new season kits, if you guys want to buy the kits on, you know, Manchester United's website or in the club store, they do not have Sancho or Antony. So that is with the expectation that both of them leave. But I have a strong feeling that if Sancho doesn't leave, he's just going to be exiled from the club and he'll get his money, he'll get his wages. But I don't think he will have much of a future at Manchester United. So we've got a lot to talk about. So like I said, guys, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Tomorrow, we've got busy days of stream. Of course, we've got the daily dose of minute, as always, talking Manchester United transfers. Then we have 2 back-to-back streams by public demand. You guys said we should do watch-alongs for the Club World Cup. I was a little bit skeptical about doing Club World Cup watch-alongs, but I'm going to do it. I'll do it. And tomorrow we're going to do a back-to-back one, 5 p.m. UK time and 8 p.m. UK time. It will be Manchester City versus Wydad, and then it will be Al Ahly versus Real Madrid. So 2, in my opinion, very good games. They're going to be 2 very good games. So make sure you guys come through for the watch-alongs as well for those. And just the update for those of you who are asking about, I didn't stream yesterday, so apologies. I did not do a stream yesterday because I was at the hospital waiting on an MRI update for my knee. But as you guys can see, or you can't see, but my knee is currently in a, what's it called? Not a cast. What's it called? My knee is in like a strap. I forgot what it's called. It's not a cast and it's not a boot because obviously it's not on my leg. But it kind of restricts my movement, so it kind of forces my leg. A brace. There you go. Yeah, there you go. A brace. My knee is currently in a brace. I got crutches to walk around the house with. You guys can see my crutches right here. So yeah, so I couldn't do a stream yesterday, but I feel like it's kind of a silver lining because I've been saying I want to stream more, and now I'm forced to stay at home because, guys, crutches are not easy. Like the thought of using crutches, I would rather just stay home and not go anywhere. So maybe you guys might get a lot of streams whilst I recover. Hopefully it's not surgery because I can't afford to have surgery. Not financially, I mean time-wise, because July, August is 2 very busy months for me for content stuff. So hopefully it's nothing serious. But as of right now, I'm just dosed up on painkillers and I'm just taking it easy, hoping the swelling goes down, hoping it's not a meniscus tear. Hopefully it's just a sprain. And it's just a lot of ice, elevation, rest, and annoying the hell out of my family members, you know. But shout out to my family because everyone's keeping up with me, you know, calling me, asking me how's my leg looking, how's my knee looking, etc. Breaking news: Minna will miss the whole of next season. Nah. This is a minor injury. This is a minor injury. Ain't it funny, Minna? Everybody's favorite man crush striker rejected us, and now the ugly girls don't even want him. Damn, not you calling the other teams the ugly girls. Mina recovery team. We might need you in midfield at this point. Me and Luke Shaw are sitting in recovery together. Listen, guys, let's get into it. You know what? Because Uthman brought up everybody's favorite man crush striker, that is in reference to Victor Gyökeres. So let's actually start with that. It's been reported. This is not really related to Manchester United. But it's been reported that Victor Gyökeres was turned down by Real Madrid. So his agent, whoever his agent is, Gyökeres, you need to get yourself a new agent, because this agent he's not working in your interests. He's here selling you like a water bottle to everyone, and everyone is thirsty, but no one wants to drink from the water bottle that your agent is selling, because they don't trust that water bottle. They don't trust it. So you need to get yourself a new agent that can sell water to thirsty people, because you're telling me all these European teams are looking for a striker and nobody wants to come in your direction. No one wants to look in your direction. No one is intrigued a little bit about the fact that you scored 60-something goals. You need a new agent. But it's been reported that Victor Gyökeres was offered to Real Madrid and they turned him down for multiple reasons: wages, transfer fee, but also because they don't want an out-and-out number 9, a starting number 9. They want a squad number 9, because I think the future with Alonso might be Vinny and Mbappe up top. So he was rejected for that reason. Now, it's also been reported today that the price tag set by Sporting is 80 million euros for Victor Gyökeres and nothing less than that. Now, because we're going to talk about Ekitike, I have to mention that Hugo Ekitike costs about, reportedly, 5 million less than him. 5 million pounds. I think we need to start talking about everything in pounds, yeah. 5 million pounds less. Still a lot of money. But I also think, and this is not me saying United should go and sign Hugo Ekitike, because you guys know where I stand with the striker. If you got 60 million to spend, go and spend it on Victor Osimhen. But if you're looking at Gyökeres, who has not publicly said that he doesn't want to join Man United, but it's been reported that he's told Manchester United and his entourage has told Manchester United that, you know, Arsenal is a priority. So he has let United know that you guys are not number one choice. Now that it seems like a lot of clubs are not sniffing in his direction, and you've got an option of maybe signing Hugo Ekitike, who probably has more of a sell-on ability because he's younger. So even if he doesn't hit the ground running, you can maybe sell him for more than what you could sell a Victor Gyökeres. And between the two of them, there is no guarantee that they both come to the league and, you know, immediately make impact, right? There's no guarantee around that. But I don't think United should go back for Victor Gyökeres at all, even if they don't get Hugo Ekitike. And, you know, I think that it would make a damning statement to not go back for Victor Gyökeres. And that's simply because he's already turned them down. People are saying he hasn't turned United down, but I'm sorry, guys. Him telling Manchester United that Arsenal is my priority is him letting you down, saying, he's telling you straight up, you're not, I don't want to join you guys unless there's no other options for me to join. And there are reports about the financial implications of signing Victor Gyökeres, such as, you know, salaries, etc. But the biggest conversation when it comes to strikers is Hugo Ekitike. He called us clapped in a nice way. Basically, yeah, he said, you're pretty, but you're not my type. That's literally what he said to Manchester United. And obviously, the biggest conversation right now about strikers, and like I said at the beginning, it's funny how we've gone from talking about Mateta for like a week, then we talk about Gyökeres for a week, and now for the last week, we've been talking about Hugo Ekitike. Now, it's been reported that Premier League clubs who are interested in Hugo Ekitike have been told that he will be allowed to leave the club for less than the reported 100 million euro price tag. It's also been reported that Eintracht Frankfurt have priced him at around 63 million starting, because they value him at around the same price in which they sold Omar Marmoush for. Now, Fabrizio Romano has also reported that Manchester United have spoken to the agent of Ekitike and have asked to be informed regarding the player's future commitment to any other clubs and in terms of personal terms. And it's been reported by Sky Sports that Personal terms will not be an issue for Manchester United when it comes to Hugo Ekitike. It's believed that the player is open to a move, and Manchester United have held interim talks with Frankfurt to inquire about the terms of the deal, but there is no official offer in place. I think the price tag of 63 million maybe changes my perception a little bit of Ekitike. Not completely, but it slightly changes the narrative, in my opinion, because Ridwan says it here. Big up to Ridwan. Ridwan says Marmoush is better than Ekitike, and he was sold for 63 million. He shouldn't be more than Marmoush. Doesn't make sense. Ekitike will turn 23 on Friday. He should be less than 60. I would be open to a 63 million or 60 million package. If it's a package, and sorry guys, I realize I'm sitting quite far back because my leg is straight, is stretched out straight. So if I was to sit forward, it really hurts. So I have to kind of sit slightly back so that I'm as comfortable as possible. But if it's a 60 million package, I wouldn't be solely against that. I wouldn't be completely against that. Only if, number one, the priority for Ekitike is that he wants to join Manchester United, because there are other clubs that are interested in him. It's not just Manchester United, by the way, that are interested in him. Liverpool are interested in him. Chelsea, I think, are interested in him as well. So there's a lot of teams that are interested in him. But if he is happy to turn down teams, because I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not going to lie. I watched Liam Delap yesterday. Did anybody watch the Chelsea game yesterday? Let me know if you watched the Chelsea game. Because I watched the Chelsea game yesterday and I thought, this is the Liam Delap that people were turning their noses at. Yes, he rejected Manchester United. He picked Chelsea. But I can't believe when we were having the conversations about strikers that people thought that Liam Delap was another, they thought that he was another Rasmus Højlund. Coming off the bench, he did a great job for Chelsea. I don't know in terms of longevity whether he will continue to be great for them, but he had a very impressive cameo and did everything that you would want your number 9 to do. But he also turned down Manchester United. I think we should accept that. He turned down Manchester United and he picked Chelsea over United. And can I just say that it was reported, I think, by The Athletic, that one of the reasons why he turned down Man United is because they couldn't reassure him about the future of the manager. And there was a bit of uncertainty flying around that. I don't know about that. I mean, we're going to talk about Onana because I think that will have something to do with the future of the manager. But in terms of striker profiles, and I was just digging around, trying to look for some. Oh, I just shared the wrong tab by accident. Sorry, guys. I just shared a tab with you guys. I'm such an idiot. I just shared a tab with you guys of my Arabic tutor. Sorry, guys. I was doing a little bit of digging just to find a visualization of information about Ekitike. Like what best way could we possibly visualize? Guys, I can't believe, can you just delete that from your memory? And if you're looking for an Arabic tutor, I just gave you details. Arabic tutor. That's so embarrassing. Oh my days. Well, I'm so embarrassed. But then you lot know, man, I'm committed to learning a new. I'm trying to improve right now. But anyways, let's quickly talk about Ekitike. For this particular season. In terms of his goals output in the league, ranking 7th in the Bundesliga, I don't know how bad that is. Ranked 7th when you're ranked number 1 in the league, I don't know. That it's not adding up. It just shows maybe your conversion is not that great. I'm learning Arabic because I want to learn a new language, guys, and also I want to work with like beIN Sport and etc. So yeah, I need to learn Arabic, man. I need to learn Arabic. I'm learning the Saudi dialect or the Middle Eastern dialect. Mina is in Al Hilal's payroll. I wish if I was on Al Hilal's payroll, this would all be blue right now. But just quickly on the topic of Ekitike, guys. If you are ranked number 1 in the league for shots, but you're ranked 7th for goals, how average is your goal conversion? Because I think I saw a stat that was saying that he takes a lot of shots at goal for what his actual conversion is. Now, I know people like to talk about XG a lot, but one thing I think that would be very helpful for him or for Manchester United if he joins, is his average positioning. I think a front line, or having a front line of players that can play across each side, for me, that's fluidity. That is easily fluidity for me. If it's interchangeable, that's great. And the idea of Cunha, and I'm saying Mbumo, but there's nothing cemented there yet still. The idea of him and Mbumo and Cunha playing together means I don't think anybody, in my opinion, is solidified to one position consistently. Now we see this is his Bundesliga positions by minutes, and you see majority of his minutes come through the middle or off of the right hand side. Literally, it's nearly he spends half of the time on the left than he does on the right. So you can already see what his favored sides are to play off of. Now that is, like I said, it doesn't kind of determine completely what he's going to be. But I also think that Man United need a striker that will create something out of nothing, not a striker that needs something to be created for himself all the time. That is for me what is, I think, United's biggest kind of hindrance, personally speaking. And when I speak about strikers who create something out of nothing, that's strikers like Osimhen, it's strikers like Isaac. It's strikers that get the ball or don't have the ball, but get into positions where you just have to put the ball in there and your striker will get on the end of it. Man United, it's been a long, long time since United have been in that position, in my opinion, where the striker doesn't have to be force-fed 24/7. I even think I think back to Lukaku, and as much as people didn't like Lukaku, he was a striker who you could put the ball in the box or put the ball in behind, and 9 times out of 10, he would cause a problem for the backline, whether it's directly for himself or for his teammate. He could do something. His conversion was, not the best, but he could do something that would lead to a clinical opportunity for Manchester United. And I feel like that's what United need when it comes to strikers right now. What's happening with Mbumo? I don't know, bro. I have no idea. The last report that I saw earlier today, that it just said that United are basically still in talks with what's their name? They said that they were still in talks. Like there's nothing cemented in terms of a second bid. And what it seems like to me with Mbumo is that Manchester United do not want to be rejected again. So I think they are trying to get their valuation and their bid as close to what Brentford want, and then also determining, the additional parts. So the payment plan, because we're paying in Klarna settings, guys. So if United don't get that Mbumo thing done, it's spooky. I can't lie, because you've spent 3-ish weeks on it. It's been now over 2 weeks since David Ornstein reported that Brian Mbumo wanted to join Manchester United and gave them priority. Klarna FC, we are Klarna FC. We're broke. We're broke. We ain't got no money. Minna, did you see that Rodrigo Mora performance? I did. I also like Rios? Is that his name? I think that's his name. Rios? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, but I liked his performance as well. That was a really good performance. And I'm looking forward to I think we've got some good games coming up in the Club World Cup. Richard Rios, there you go. Yeah, Richard Rios. Have we put the second bid in today? Someone said Romano did a short, but I've not seen anything. No, I haven't seen anything about United putting in a new bid, second bid today. But also, guys, I feel like Fabrizio is just drowning us with information. That's nothing different to what we're actually hearing. What's the point of Ekitike without Mbumo to score the goals? Isn't your striker meant to score? Let me come this way. Isn't your striker meant to score? Is like the whole point is for us to buy Ekitike. By the way, the idea of 14 goals in Bundesliga, for me, that doesn't wow me. And I know that's crazy because that's double-digit goals. You're 7th top scorer in the league in that season. But for me, that doesn't wow me in terms of the fact that it's not there's not enough consistency. That's my only worry with Ekitike. My only worry with Ekitike is that there's not enough consistency, and I'm talking about year on year. Move forward to the camera. I can't. I literally said I cannot sit forward because I've got my leg in a brace and my leg's straight right now, so I can't sit forward. So if you guys do not hit the like button whilst I'm doing a stream, whilst I'm in pain and I'm dosed up on painkillers, and I even got my crutches here that I'm using to hobble around in my house with. I only need one to walk around the house, but these are my crutches. These are my crutches. Are you having a cold? No, I've got allergies. I'm having a bad day, guys. I'm having a bad day. I'm injured. I've got allergies. I'm going through a lot today. I'm going through a lot, if you guys can't tell. How did I injure myself? I injured myself running. And then so I ran a 5K the other day, injured myself. I thought the injury was just minor. I thought the injury was minor. I thought it was just like stretching pains. And then I went for a run again the next day. Don't be an idiot like me, guys. If your body's saying it's hurting, listen to it. Listen to it. My 180 milligrams of antihistamine tablets don't even work. I don't even waste my time taking allergy tablets anymore. Because it just don't work. So I got allergies, guys. I'm in a lot of pain right now in my knee. So if you guys don't hit the like button, I think you guys hate me. If you guys do not hit the like button. Were you another victim of I Show Speed? I don't know what that means. You lot are talking about Malik Fofana. I don't know how true this is, but I saw a report saying that Manchester United have expressed interest in Malik Fofana. Again, don't know how true that is. I'm taking it with a pinch of salt because I have seen that the main people linked to him is Chelsea and Liverpool. And I think he will go to Chelsea. Chelsea get another young star. Apparently he's got a 50 million release clause or price tag. Sorry, no, let me not say release clause. He's got a 50 million price tag. He's better than every winger they got right now. He's better than every winger that Chelsea have right now. Don't let Liverpool get their hands on him. Do not let Liverpool get... I'd rather... Crazy to say this, but I'd rather he go to Chelsea than he goes to Liverpool. I don't know which one he would choose if whoever comes knocking between Liverpool and Chelsea. I don't know who he might choose. But I saw that Gittins as well has already agreed personal terms with Chelsea. So it might even be a case where they sign him and Gittins for about 100 million euros. He'd get less time at Chelsea and less development. It seems like Chelsea is the place for a lot of these young players to go to. Talking about Chelsea, on the topic of Chelsea, let's talk about Jadon Sancho. I mean, he's not my favorite freedom fighter, in it. There's like 5 freedom fighters that I would prefer over him. But shout out to Sully, who reported last night before other journalists kind of confirmed it. If you lot don't follow Sully on Twitter, Sully Talks, one of the most reliable, in my opinion, ITKs. Doesn't really miss much. Sully reported that several Saudi teams, including Al Hilal, have inquired to Manchester United in recent days about conditions of a deal for Jadon Sancho. It's early contact with nothing advanced yet. However, Jadon Sancho is refusing to take a pay cut. Now, it's also been reported by Damasio that Napoli are also interested in Jadon Sancho. And actually, not just Napoli, not just Al Hilal. There are quite a few teams that are interested in him. I saw a list of about 8 to 9 teams that are interested in him, including Napoli, AC Milan, Aston Villa. Reportedly, they've all contacted Jadon Sancho's camp in recent days. And obviously Manchester United are very keen to sell. So Al Hilal have been interested in him. Napoli, AC Milan, Aston Villa. AC Milan got money to spend, by the way, because they just sold Reinders. They're selling Theo Hernandez. They've obviously finished 8th place last season with no Euros or no European football. They got money to spend, and we got things to sell. Are they selling Leao? I don't know, I think it was reported that Rafael Leao might leave this summer as well. Yeah, I think it was reported. I mean, Arsenal are dying for a left winger. They've lost out on the race to Nico Williams because it looks like Nico Williams going Barcelona. So I think maybe they might be in for Rafael Leao. I don't know how likely it is, but I can imagine them selling Rafael Leao for a big fee. Jadon Sancho's biggest downfall, guys, is going to be himself. It's really going to be himself. The fact that he doesn't want to take a pay cut, that has been the common theme that we've been hearing about a lot, with Chelsea, even, the fact that he went on loan and Man United had to pay 50% of his wages. But, the fact that Chelsea wanted to keep him, but it's because he wasn't willing to take a pay cut. And now he's been clear that he's not willing to take a pay cut to leave Manchester United, which kind of leaves the situation, in my opinion, in kind of two places. It's either Man United pay him out and he leaves to join another club, i.e. Man United pay the difference between, say Aston Villa want to sign him and they want to give him 120k, but he's on 250 plus. Man United pay the difference in that. And they did it for Aaron Wan-Bissaka when Aaron Wan-Bissaka went to Crystal Palace. It's either that happens or he's going to run his contract down. It's one or the other. It's if Man United are unable to offload him because of his wages, not anything else. Like, I feel like people might see the price tag of 20-25 million and be like, you know what, that looks interesting, that's a reasonable transfer fee. And then they see the price, they see the wages, and they think, okay, we're not paying this guy 250 plus. Man United are going to have to, I think, not take an L, but they're going to have to in some way have to accept that they might have to make a financial decision that maybe it might be for the greater good. It might be for the greater good. And Jadon Sancho is going to laugh to the bank, because if he doesn't leave Manchester United this summer and he stays and he runs his contract down, he gets all his money in the end, and then he would just leave and maybe not get big wages. He might never get 250k plus a week again, but he'll get a big signing on bonus. That's why people like free agencies. That's why footballers like free agency, because, the money that a club would spend on a transfer fee, they're willing to pay you some of that as a bonus. They're willing to do that. So it's quite damning for me that everything that we see about Jadon Sancho and that's reported about Jadon Sancho is about the financial implications of his future rather than, where he's going to play. He's happy. It sounds like he's happy to play somewhere, just as long as they're willing to give him the money that he wants. And I get it. I get it. I feel like it's United's fault from one standpoint, because they never had to give him all that money when they signed him. They chose to. United were giving players inflated wages. They never had to. I think that they probably could have. I think it was Chelsea that was linked to him at the time. I don't think he had to be given 350k or 300k as a starting base, because United were in champs at that time. I don't think they had to do that. Let me see what you guys are saying. Cancel his Carrington pass. I could just imagine personally. Yeah, I can just imagine personally is that if he doesn't leave, I think Ruben Amorim will not have him part of the squad. They won't have him doing anything. And it's one of those ones where they can afford to do that. Like, I think they'll be, I don't know, they might be happy to just pay him the money and have him sit out the season, because he's going to leave on a free either way in the summer. Mina, list of 5 freedom fighters you rate over Sancho. 5 freedom. I said that as a joke. I didn't think you were actually going to pull me up on it. Nelson Mandela is number 1. Nelson Mandela, iconic freedom fighter. Like, definitely, like, Nelson Mandela is like the like the Maradonas of freedom fighters. Number 2, if you wouldn't know him, but he's a freedom fighter where I'm from, in terms of the country that I'm from, and his name is Sayyid Abdullah Hassan, which they used to, the English had a name for him, which was an insulting name, so I'm not going to say it. So he's a top freedom fighter. Great guy. What other the thing is, I have to Google freedom fighters. I mean, talking about freedom fighters, one of my favorite movies is called it's called Freedom Writers. I was gonna say some of my top, one of my favorite movies. Martin Luther King, was he classed as a freedom fighter? Was he classed as a freedom fighter? I don't think Martin Luther King was classed top 10 freedom fighters in the world. Rosa Parks was not a freedom fighter. Oh, they're saying Martin Luther King is a freedom fighter. Oh, okay. All right, then Martin Luther King, I put him up there. Malcolm X. Malcolm X actually is number one for me. What's the difference between a freedom fighter and an activist? I think an activist is like someone who activates, and a freedom fighter gets active. So I think that's the difference. Now, all jokes aside, I think a freedom fighter, an activist is someone that advocates for things peacefully, and I think freedom fighters are about that. Like, they're happy to pick up a strap and get it going. Unlike Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, who were freedom fighters through other ways. But yeah, Malcolm X is up there for me. Yeah, freedom fighters, like literally it says it in their name, they're a fighter. Shout out to what's it called, Nelson Mandela, man. He was a my parents loved Nelson Mandela. Like, I don't know what it was. I don't know, man. I feel like Africans, they loved Nelson Mandela. Like, I think they loved Nelson Mandela because my parents, like, they used to love him. And even like back in the day, in our passport, like, obviously I wasn't born then, but in our passport, like, it said that you couldn't visit South Africa at the time because it was when he was imprisoned. Like, Nelson Mandela is a real guy, you know. Is Morgan Freeman a freedom fighter? No, just because he's got free man in his surname does not mean that he's a freedom fighter. Why is Eleanor Roosevelt listed as a freedom fighter, guys? As a first lady and diplomat, Eleanor Roosevelt championed human rights. She played a crucial role in drafting the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. There you go. Fun fact. Did you guys know that? Eleanor Roosevelt. All right, Eleanor Roosevelt versus Jadon Sancho. Who do we class more as a freedom fighter? Because Sancho said freedom on an Instagram post, and Eleanor Roosevelt helped draft the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And she was a first lady. Like, she wasn't even a president. She just had to. If I was the first lady of a country, I would just be chilling. You think I'm here drafting some Universal Declaration of Rights? No, I'm traveling the world. I'm buying myself a Birkin. Don't make me choose. Ooh, Sancho versus. I'm siding with Sancho a little bit. I think you lot are saying some names in the chat as a joke. I think there's, what's her name, class as a freedom fighter then? What's that girl called? The one that was an activist for global health. Oh my god, what's her name? That was on the, and she went on a boat. Oh my god, her name has just gone out of my head completely. Greta Thunberg. Does Greta Thunberg count as a freedom fighter, guys? Would that be classed as, where's all the, nah, I need to Google where's the latest freedom fighters, guys. I feel like there's not many freedom fighters in the world compared to like all these other freedom fighters. Freedom fighters of this decade. I feel like freedom fighters aren't getting as active as they used to back in the day, guys. I like Greta Thunberg. I can't lie. I like her. Oh my god, someone's blog just came up when I typed in freedom fighters of this decade, yeah. And this is a blog, but I thought it was an actual newspaper, yeah, because it said the 50 biggest freedom fighters in the world today, and I saw Elon Musk and Joe Rogan on it. Yeah. All right, conversation's over, guys. It was fun while it lasted. Greta is a plant. Damn. All right, let's not get too political in the chat, guys. Let's not get too political. On the topic of freedom, we're never going to be free of Onana, guys. I know we're talking about freedom, so we might as well talk about Onana because we're never going to be free of him as a goalkeeper. The Athletic today put out a long piece. I don't know if you guys have read it. I encourage you guys to go and read it if you get the chance. And I can't lie, guys, this isn't news to me. This is not news to me, because if you don't remember, I said it on a stream last week. Remember? I told you guys on a stream last week, Onana's not going anywhere. Guys, when people say that they have sources, yeah, and I say I have sources, just listen to me. I told you guys, I went to Saudi last month and I asked around, and they said this Onana thing is just being planted by English media. They said there's no factual information. There's nothing factual from the fact that, yes, they had talks with Onana. No, they are not signing him. The idea that he signed with a new agent to get a move to Saudi, I think is true. Because his agent that he's signed to now is the same agent that a lot of players are signed to, who are in Saudi, including like people like Koulibaly, and I think Mendy as well is signed to that agent. So he was actively looking for what's it called, a move. But I told you guys, when I went to Saudi, they told me there was no truth to it in terms of the fact that they actually wanted him, and also they're not willing to pay more than a certain price, which United wanted a certain price. So the Athletic reported, and I feel like Man United are briefing to media, guys, a lot over the last couple of days. I think they're briefing feeler pieces out to the fan base to kind of gauge what the reaction is, because it happened with Xerxes a couple of days ago after it was reported about, maybe United might not sign a striker. Then the day that it was announced that Gyökeres has, kindly let down Manchester United, it was reported that Højlund would want to fight for Manchester United, and not only fight to stay at Manchester United, but Man United believed that he could be the striker that they thought he would be. And now they're putting out this feeler piece that Onana could stay at Manchester United. So the Athletic reported today that Andre Onana's representatives held a meeting with Old Trafford figures last week, and the goalkeeper is expected to stay this summer. Although United could still enter the market at his position to sign a backup who can provide him competition. I'm going to be so honest with you guys. If Man United's starting goalkeeper next season is Andre Onana, I don't know if Amorim makes it that far. I don't know. I genuinely I can't fathom the idea that United have watched him play the way he has for 2 seasons and think, you know what, let's give him a third. It's like when, you guys ever been in school and you get in trouble so much and they never kick you out. You never get permanently suspended. You only just get temporary suspension. How many times do you expect me, like if I was in school and I'm just causing trouble all the time and I'm, always getting suspended, surely there's a point where they're like, you know what, we just need to permanently suspend this person. Now, in terms of how much Manchester United need to replace a keeper, I don't think it's number 1 on the list. I don't think, but it's definitely on the list of priorities. But also, I'm very concerned about, you can improve your back line and you can improve your midfield and your front line, but there's still a weak link in the team. But what if Onana has a turnaround? If he has a turnaround, I'll back him. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Last season, he started the season very well. The season that just passed, he started the season very, very well. I remember up until like November times, I was thinking, I made a video. I think I mentioned it in a post-match review. And I said, wow, Onana has really turned around what was last season to now. He's really turned it around. And then I don't know, he laughed in my face. Sometimes that's why you shouldn't talk too early, guys. That was propaganda, Minna. That Liverpool game, his positioning was smelly. I remember I was at Old Trafford for that Liverpool game under Ten Hag. I think it looked worse in the stadium than it did on TV. It looked really bad on TV. It was 10 times worse in the stadium. And the worst thing is when you're at a game, right? You can see it unfolding, happening, you can see it unfolding in front of you, but you can't stop it. And that's the worst thing. That is the worst thing. With that Liverpool game, I could see what's about to happen. I can see all the space that he's vacated, and I'm thinking, surely he can see it too. But he couldn't. He couldn't. Now, with Onana, I think he does require a lot of confidence. Here you go. Here, Onana requires to feel confidence. I feel like he's a confidence player. But also, to be a confidence player, in my opinion, that doesn't strike confidence into your teammates. That doesn't, and that's a little bit of a red flag. If you are a confidence player, that doesn't strike confidence into your teammates, especially in my opinion when you're a goalkeeper. Like if it was like Marcus Rashford, who a lot of people say Marcus Rashford's a confidence player. If it was Marcus Rashford in that case, who was a confidence player, I feel like there's other people in the front line that could pick up the slack. You know, the inability for Rashford to score, someone else can pick it up. But if you're a goalkeeper and you're a confidence player, what happens when you're just putting the ball in the back of your own net? What happens then? What happens when you concede a goal and you're a confidence player? You've now conceded. You've put no confidence in everybody else. And now everyone else is feeling a bit wishy-washy about you. I think Onana, listen, let's not talk about like what Onana did towards the latter stages of the season. Spooky. Absolutely spooky. 100%. But one thing I will say is that we have to be honest at the fact that he started the season very, very well. Like he actually did. So if he is able to continue like that and start the season well this season and continue like that, then I think if United have a backup goalkeeper, I'd like to see the backup goalkeeper maybe in cup games, etc. But also him being a confidence player is like, how do you deal with situations like when Amorim dropped him after that Lyon game? Because that's just kicked a man when he was down. And for me, as a goalkeeper, yeah, you couldn't. Minna, do you think with Rashid joining in preseason, where is this news about Rashford joining in preseason, guys? Where is this news about Marcus Rashford joining or returning back for preseason? If anyone can link me to the source. Or is this just the assumption that he's returning because his shirt number is still available? His shirt is available to buy with the new kits. Let me actually Google it. Big up to Lil Yo-Yo with the super chat. Big up, Yo-Yo. If we scored goals and Onana's mistakes wouldn't be bad. That's true. That's true. It would cover up a lot. It will cover up a lot. You lot, okay, before we actually talk about Rashford, why y'all keep calling him Rashid? But before we actually talk about Rashford, just say in the chat quickly, do you want him to come back or not? Do you want Rashford back at Manchester United or not? Now, it's confirmed that Cunha's taken number 10. It's confirmed that Cunha's taken number 10. So unless he changes his number, but what's he going to change his number to? Personally, if they strip you off the 10, bro, you just leave. Okay, a lot of you lot saying no. A lot of you lot saying no. Uthman says, yes, we need quality in depth. You lot know me, guys. I love Marcus Rashford. He's one of my favorite players at United. He's one of my favorite players at United. But I think we need to accept that the time has passed. Like, the time with Marcus... I remember I sat on Sky Sports when Ruben Amorim joined. I sat on Sky Sports giving him his flowers, saying, yep, this guy's going to turn it around under Ruben Amorim. I think we should just accept that sometimes, you know, it wasn't meant to end like this. And I number one, can say that for a fact. It was not meant to end like this. But the way that the fans have treated him, I think he has to leave. He should love himself enough not to return to that. Let me actually try to find the clip. I might get done for monetization, but let me see if I can find the clip of me talking about Rashford on Sky Sports. Somewhere in my bookmark. Here you go.
Marcus Rashford, 1 goal, 1 assist in 9 Premier League appearances, 8 goals in all comps last season. But you think back to 22-23, scored 30 goals.
So I was doing a keep or sell list, guys, on Saturday Social. And this was literally the week of when Ruben Amorim was announced as Manchester United manager. So some things are not applicable anymore.
In the Premier League. He's third youngest Man United player to 300 appearances ever in their history. I mean, What is your take on Marcus Rashford? Because I feel like he's a player that people talk about. And
This new manager.
Let's skip what you have to say.
For someone that's not just important about him, so you need that money because you look at it.
Fee that
Maybe you look at it, but otherwise, just keep him. I think.
I agree with Spencer. If it's a big fee that comes in for him, take it because it's 100% profit. Again, emphasis on PSR. Manchester United are not in a good place from that perspective. But if you think about the numbers that he's had at Manchester United in the last 10 or so years, he's actually in great company. In the Premier League, he's only one of 5 Man United players that got 80+ goals and 40+ assists. He's in company with Rooney, Scholes, Giggs, Beckham. That's great company. He's got only just over 200 goal involvements in about 417 appearances in the Premier League as well. He's got good numbers, and I think you look at all of Man United's front players. He's the most prolific goal scorer, albeit that it's inconsistent. You know, he is the.
I think that's the biggest problem with Rashford. It's the consistency, and I think I mentioned it very briefly. And yes, I will get done for monetization for that, guys. I'll get done for copyright. I'll get done for copyright. Imagine you get in trouble for using your own image. I know, but I'm gonna get done for copyright for that clip. But that's the thing with Marcus Rashford. It's just inconsistency. That is the biggest issue, and it's not even inconsistency. Like, I feel like his inconsistencies happen when United maybe need it the most. Like, if you think back to his time under Oli, he was not inconsistent. And then Ten Hag came in and he was unable, in my opinion, to maintain that level from improving from Oli. That first year under Ten Hag, he really lit the scene up and he was unable to maintain that. And that's why people hold on to this idea of Marcus Rashford being inconsistent. But even his inconsistencies have been inconsistent. Now, in my honest opinion, the way everything has played out has been a detriment to the way that I think Marcus Rashford should treat this situation. Because everyone says, oh, you know, he should stay. He loves the club. He loves this. But the club don't love him. And the fans don't love him. So we need to accept that. You know, just because we think, like, as Rashford fans, you might think, oh, he's through and through, blah, 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 etc., etc. He's United through and through. We need to accept that United don't treat him or haven't treated him under Ineos like they love him, and fans haven't treated him. And people might argue that Rashford hasn't treated Man United as, you know, a place that he loves and a place that he appreciates in recent years. Just break that relationship up. Why are we so obsessed with making that relationship work? And big up to Lil Yo-Yo with the copyright fund. You know what? I should actually rename the super chat goal today as the copyright list. The copyright fund, sorry, because guys, if I lose demonetization, it's you guys' fault. But big up to Yo-Yo. It says help her sister out. Freedom. #freedom. But I think it's safe to say that life with Marcus Rashford is ending. That's it. Hey Mina, do you think it's possible that Arsenal will go for both Sesko and Gyökeres? How will Arteta set up? Good question. I don't think so. I think if they'll go for one or the other. I think depending on the left winger they go for is dependent on, and that links to the striker that they get. If they can get a direct left winger who can get at his fullback, can, you know, put deliveries in, can support, etc. I think they'll go for Gyökeres. Personally, I think they'll go for Gyökeres. I think they should go for Gyökeres. Wait, if I want them to go for the worst striker out of the two, I tell them go for Sesko. But if they want to genuinely get a improvement on number 9, I would go for Gyökeres. If I was Arsenal, I think that's what they'll probably look at. Big up to Stu with the super chat, says copyright fund. The copyright fund is real, guys. It's really, really real. Let me see if there's any more news, because I'm missing one of the games, the Club World Cup games. Oh yes, there is news that I forgot completely to mention. It's actually quite a few stuff that we actually forgot to talk about. Talking about strikers, on the topic of strikers. Oh my God, please tell me, did you guys see the clip of, I think it's Højlund and Dorgu in the new kit? Please tell me you guys saw the clip that I'm talking about. And he did Højlund did his celebration and they were filming, I think, content. I don't think I've ever cringed so hard. But maybe I just find everything that he does cringe. I don't know. Maybe I find everything he done cringe. But it's being reported that Manchester United believe that selling Rasmus Højlund might be too difficult this summer, considering the price tag that they brought him for initially. He is attracting interest from multiple clubs in Italy, and both Inter and Napoli are interested in him. There's been no formal talks from either club, but they do admire him. I mean, I admire a Lamborghini Urus. It doesn't mean I'm going to get one. It doesn't mean I'm going to actually go to the dealership and buy it in cash. Like this whole, I hate transfer windows because that's when we hear terms like they admire, they're monitoring, interested. Like there's so many words that are flat. It's either you're signing him or you're not. That's it. Does anyone think that his links to that channel is the reason his rep is so cooked in the fan base? I don't think it's solely the reason, but I can imagine, like, if I sat here ripping apart like certain players, specific players, and basically putting a target on them non-stop, and then someone in the team did an interview with me, I'm sure like people, it's like, how can I say, I don't know, it's like if someone insulted me non-stop and then Flex did an interview with them, or KG did an interview with them, or Marcel did an interview with them, or, you know, anyone on UV did an interview with them, I would feel some type of way about it. So then now our relationship is a bit severed because now I'm looking at you a bit sideways. So I don't think it's solely the reason, but I can definitely imagine that it has some influence, not maybe a lot, in terms of in the club. In terms of the fan base, I don't think so. I don't really think so, because I think a lot of people watched that interview. I didn't, but I'm sure a lot of people did. And The Athletic are reporting that Real Betis want to sign Antony permanently after his successful loan spell in Spain. Betis have had conversations with Manchester United to find out their position on the future. However, there are no offers that have been made as of right now, and there's an expectation that a deal might take time to be completed. Just pay us a reasonable fee. If United can get Højlund and Antony out by like mid-July, they might be able to spend comfortably. I saw this information about a co-ownership, and I thought this can't be real. There wasn't any legitimate sources. I was thinking there's no way a club have suggested co-ownership. What is this, a car? Is this a property for you to say let's co-own a player together? Isn't that basically like I pay half of his wages, you pay half? Isn't that a loan spell? Isn't that literally what a co-ownership is? I take that with a pinch of salt about the co-ownership thing. But if Man United can sell, and they can sell Antony and they can sell Højlund by like mid-July, by the time pre-season starts, I think United might be able to get another 1 or 2 players in. I don't think necessarily. I don't know how much money they can get for Højlund and Antony. Maybe 55, maybe 60 million combined. It was reported that United want 45 million euros, which is like 37 million pounds for Højlund. So it was reported that they want a decent transfer fee for Højlund. And I think with Antony, it's around the same price as well. United are probably hoping that they can raise money from transfers, from Højlund, from Sancho, from Antony, from Rashford maybe, from Garnacho, who we haven't really heard much about in the last couple of days. But I think that United are probably hoping that they can do that. And then that way they will be able to maybe buy 1 or 2 more players after Mbeumo. Now, I still don't know when we're going to get an Mbeumo here we go. Because I can't lie, guys. I'm starting to get a little bit impatient. I don't know how you guys feel, but I am low-key starting to get a little bit impatient. But also, I think I should be, should I be more patient? Does that even make sense? Am I being too impatient with this Mbeumo information? Because it seems like we've gone from getting substantial information, and also I think this is a part of the transfer window, that because as football fans now, we are so entitled to just receiving information non-stop. I think this is normal. This should be normal, where it takes a bit of time for a transfer to get done. My only concern that I have in the back of my mind is that the deal falls through. And it's been reported that the only way that Tottenham end up with Mbeumo is that Man United and Brentford do not agree terms. But Spurs have just brought tell, you know, they spent the 40 million euros or whatever, how much it is, on him. And I don't think that completely shuts the door, because I saw reports today that that Spurs are open to selling Son, but only after their South Korea tour in the summer, which is crazy to me. But they're open to selling him, and I think he could leave. And if that's the case, I don't think that completely closes the door on them signing Mbeumo. Now, like I said, the only way I see Mbeumo joining is if United deal falls through. But I think we need something this week. I think we need an update this week. This week, in my opinion. I think you know, the only thing that I'm assuming is that United are trying to get as close as possible to Brentford's valuation, so that the second bid is accepted. But there's a little part of me in the back of my mind that thinks, what if it's not? And then that clip is going to resurface, guys. I can't show my face ever again. I'm not joking, guys. I can't show my face again on Twitter if that clip, if you guys know what clip I'm talking about, if that clip resurfaces again, I'm going to rebrand it into like a F1 page or into a tennis page. I'm going to change my name from Mina Football to Mina F1 or Mina Tennis or something like that. That clip is so traumatic. We're getting dopamine Wednesday, Mina. My sources told me. What are you saying? Khalid gave you the drop. Khalid gave you the drop. Al Hilal Sports. I might rebrand to like SPL something and just rebrand into a Saudi Pro League channel. That's what I might just rebrand into if Man United do not sign Mbeumo, because oh my god, just the thought of, I hate going viral anyways. Like me, one thing you don't know about me, I don't like viral content. I don't like the whole concept of clipping people, farming engagements, etc. So the thought of me going viral on UV, but the good thing is, and the annoying thing, guys, is that I'm right in the middle of that clip. Like, I'm right in the middle. So it's not like I'm hiding in the corners, in one of the corners. I'm right in the, oh my god. Flex really set me up that day. Flex really set me up that day. How many views is it on? Well, it must be on at least 2 million. Let me go on UV's Twitter page. Hold on. UV post a lot. 1.4 million. It's on 1.4 million, and I'm bang in the middle, and I'm wearing a white shirt. Oh my god, KG just blends in with everyone. KG just, it's got nearly 1.4 million views on Twitter. Oh my god. I thought we signed Yamal when I saw your reaction, Mina. You grabbed your head like a nuke just landed. You know what it is though? It's like, that was my genuine reaction. I was genuinely shocked. I don't know, because you know what is honest guys. Honestly, I thought we signed Mbeumo. I thought, before I actually read read Ornstein's tweet properly, I just saw Ornstein posting. It said Manchester United and Mbeumo and an article, and I thought, oh my god, we signed him. And then when Owen read the article, like the title and then like the information in it, yeah, myth. I need to start being more nonchalant. The thing is though, guys, yeah, can I just say one thing quickly? Can I just say one thing? A lot of the time on United View, in the comment section, people accuse me of always looking angry and looking like I don't want to be there. So I thought, why don't I give people a reaction that makes it seem like I want to be here? Not that I don't want to be there, but people just assume because I have a straight face, and when people are talking, I'm not smiling, I'm not really like making facial expressions. There's always a couple of comments in the chat sometimes that rub me the wrong way, where people are like, "Oh, Mina's so moody." I'm like, if you're a person of color, especially a black person, you know, especially as a woman, when people accuse you of being moody, what it really means. There's a bit of racial undertone to it. So I try my best on UV to try and look like I'm engaging and smile and that, but that's not in my natural habitat, guys. If you can ask my family, my friends, anybody. If I'm sitting there having a conversation with someone, I just got a straight face. I just got a straight face 24/7. So like when I do things like I'm on TV, when I try and actively make sure I look like I'm smiling, even if it's a creepy smile, or I'm just like, at least let me not just have a straight face all the time. I said hello to Mina. She didn't smile. She just gave me the finger. You know that's not true, man. I don't swear at people. But people always accuse me of having a resting RBF. That's what they call it, a resting bitch face. I don't. I just genuinely have no facial expression sometimes, and it's very hard when you've been used to that your whole life. It's very hard to just like get rid of it. So like when I'm on stream on my own channel, it's easy because I'm talking to you guys and you guys are engaging, etc., etc. It's like Martial, yeah, it's like Martial, just straight face. I've been places like I've been walking in the street sometimes and a random person would be like to me, "Oh, smile. Why do you look so angry?" Firstly, why are you talking to me? Number one, why are you talking to me? Number two, I hate when people tell me to smile. Teachers used to say it to me in school all the time, like, "Oh, just smile. Why do you look angry?" I'm like, I'm not angry. I'm literally just got a straight face. Like, what do you want me to do? Just sit there, smile with a big smile on my face the whole time? That's borderline creepy. You'd be a natural poker player. I wouldn't, because we play a game. I play a game with my family called Mafia, which is not poker, but it's like lying, basically, where you have to basically lie your way through the game. And I get caught out all the time. Like if I am what's it called? If I'm the Mafia, I can't lie. I get caught out in my facial expressions all the time because, you know, people just clock me straight away. Seeing the film Smile. No, I don't watch scary movies. Just Smile pisses me off. I hate it. I hate it when people say to me, "Oh, why do you look angry? Just smile." If there was stuff to smile about in life, I would smile all the time. But life is, alhamdulillah, there's a lot to smile about. Actually, let me not make this a sad stream or a sad ending to the stream. There's a lot to smile about in life when you're blessed. Well, not necessarily with health, because y'all know I'm on crutches right now, so I can't say I'm blessed with health. Not right now. But I am blessed with health to an extent. You know, I have a loving family, loving friends, a loving community that we're building here. We got all of that. So there is a lot to smile about in life. But also, there's not much to smile about because the cost of living, guys, is horrible right now. Like, it's honestly, I work too much. That's one thing I realized. I just be working 24/7 because I got stuff to do. Make a smiley face emoji. Should I make an emoji on the channel, guys? That's a smiley face of my face. I think we already got one. Let me see if I got one of me smiling. No, I don't. This is the closest. This is the closest that I have of me smiling. That is my creepy smile, by the way, guys. That one that I just put in the chat, that is my creepy smile. Mina needs a Truth is Truth show. What is that? Truth is Truth. I've never heard of that. Is that like a game? Big up to Riri with the members chat. Member for 18 months. 18 months. Tell them pay you and you'll smile. That is a good one. I might actually start saying that to people. Mina must have good insurance because they didn't, let's say, leave the hospital with the crutches. They give this to you for free in the UK. I think, where was he in America for him to be not getting, what's it called? Oh, Joe Blackman has a show called Truth is Truth. Okay. I don't know how City did not get crutches though, because I didn't, to be honest, when I went to the hospital, I didn't want crutches because I felt like that makes my injury look even worse. Than the actual situation. My situation is bad, but like I sent my mom a picture, guys. Don't ever do this, yeah. I sent my mom a picture, no context. I had spoken to her earlier in the day before I went to the hospital. I never told her I was going to the hospital, and then I just sent her a picture with me with my brace, you know, over my trousers. You know, it looks tight as hell. It's hurting me because it's really tight, and I'm on my crutches. Yeah, I sent it to my mom. My mom panicked. She actually panicked. America will charge you for oxygen in the sorry. It's the America tax. What did you mash up, Mina? I mashed up my meniscus. I didn't even know what a meniscus was. I thought meniscus was like tea, but I found out it's not meniscus, it's hibiscus. Hibiscus is tea. Meniscus is in your knee. Knee T. You see how you can get it mixed up a little bit. You see how you can get it mixed up a little bit. I don't know if I don't think it's my MCL. I don't think it's my MCL. I'm waiting for an MRI that will confirm it. But I think it's just I actually think it's, and the doctors think it's just a strain, not a tear. So I should be good. I just need to rest for the next couple of weeks, because once the women's Euro starts, I've got a busy couple of weeks. So I can't afford to be hobbling around on crutches. But one thing I will say is that people are really nice to you when they see you on crutches. Like, people feel bad for you. I haven't been on crutches in the last time I was on crutches was when I was 17. So that's a long time ago, when I mashed up my ankle playing basketball. But anyways, guys, we're getting sidetracked. We're really getting sidetracked, because I was meant to wrap the stream up. Let me actually check. Let me double check before I head off. Let me just double check that there's actually no news. There's nothing. No, nothing. Let's see what the results are in the Club World Cup right now. It's still 0-0 in the Dortmund game. Is anyone going to watch the next couple of games? The next couple of games today, I see is... I think I will watch River Plate versus... Is this a Japanese team? And then tonight at 11 p.m. is the Mamelodi Sundowns, which is the South African team, right? Which I have to support. I have to support them because they're from Africa. Given the option in a Women's World Cup final, who would you play for, Somalia or England, if you were eligible for both? I'll play for Somalia. If they were a good team. If they weren't a good team, I'll play for England. I'm joking though. I would play for Somalia. I'll probably start watching from the quarters. You're missing the best parts. Yesterday's game between Benfica and Boca Juniors was entertaining. The day before that, Palmeiras versus Porto, it was 0-0, but good game. And obviously tomorrow, like I said, we're going to have a double watch along. That's going to kill me, guys. That is going to kill me. But we're going to do a double watch along because you guys said, oh, Minna, why do you do watch along for Club World Cup? All right, cool. We're going to do it. We're going to do a double. We're going to do Manchester City versus Wydad, which I think will be an interesting game. Get to see Shaki and Marmoush and Reinders and all them guys. Ain't Nori. Excuse me. And then Real Madrid versus Al Hilal watch along. So we're doing a double watch along tomorrow. And that will be exciting. That'll be really exciting. And before that, we should have Daily Dose of Minna. Unless there's absolutely no updates, then I'm not going to do an hour stream before a watch along because there's really no point. Did we hit 100 likes on the stream, guys? Yes, we hit it. We surpassed it. I'm going to go and watch some football and just rest. But if there's any breaking news, guys, between now and tomorrow, you lot know I'll be live talking about it. If not, I will catch a lot of you guys. So Real Madrid versus your future team. What makes you lot think I'm an Al Hilal fan? Like, I'm an Al Qadsiya fan. I went to work with Al Qadsiya last month, and one of the assistant coaches asked me if I follow Saudi League, and I said yeah. And he said to me, "What team do you support in the Saudi League?" I said, "I don't have a team to support." And he said, well, seeing as this is the first club for you to work with in the Saudi League, it's only right that you support us. I said, okay, but I didn't mean it. I'm just like, yo, if you're not going to pay my bills, I'll support you lot. But then if anyone else comes today, if that new team that's just been developed, if they come to me and say, yo, do you want to make content about us? 100%. Name 5 players. 5 players from where? Al Qadsiya. Aubameyang plays for them. Nacho plays for them. There is a guy called Mohammed Abdul Shatar or something like that, because I interviewed that guy, and he's a twin. His twin actually plays for another Saudi team. Who else plays for them? There's definitely someone that's called Abdullah that plays for them. 100%. The Saudi team that doesn't have a person called Abdullah, non-existent. And they actually got a player that looks like Lenny Yoro, guys. And I'm gonna say that Mohammed is another guy that plays for Al Qadsiya. Nacho Monreal still plays ball. Yeah. He still plays ball, and he's a big star over there. Let me actually see Al Qadsiya players. Let me see if I got it right, because I know for a fact there's a player called Abdullah there. Come on, let's see. Is there someone called Mohammed? Mohammed, where are you? There you go. Khalid Mohammed. He's a midfielder. There's Saif Mohammed. He's another midfielder as well. There's no Abdullah. I actually got that wrong, but A broken clock is right twice a day. A broken clock is right twice a day. Minna sees the bag, Minna do promo. Simple. Listen, guys. You lot are seeing me. I'm learning Arabic. I'm learning Arabic, guys. And you know what? I wish I could speak it when I was younger. Like, I want to. The World Cup is in Saudi in like 9 years. So I want to be able to be presenting by then fluently in Arabic. But yeah, man, I told you, like, I can name 5 players easily. But I don't support Al Hilal. I don't support a team in the Saudi league, if I'm being honest. But listen, guys, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. You don't got me turning into KG, man. Just getting sidetracked on a stream and talking about random stuff. You lot got me talking about random stuff on stream. But listen, guys, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Like I said, I'll be back if there is any breaking news between now and tomorrow. You lot know I'll be live. If not, tomorrow we'll be live. And on the weekend, I'll be streaming on Twitch. Seeing as I've got nothing better to do, guys, and I'm literally at home with my leg up, etc. I'll be streaming on Twitch. I'll let you lot pick the game because I actually want to. It's either going to be Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is the new Assassin's Creed. So I'm going to either stream that, or I'm going to finish the games that I never got around to finishing on stream. And there's so many of them. Spider-Man, Elden Ring. That's too scary for me. What else? F1. Basically, it's up to you guys. But I think a story mode game will be better to do. So I'm leaning more towards Assassin's Creed Shadows. So make sure you guys go, link in the bio of this video right now. Go and follow me on Twitch. And also we'll post highlights of that stream to my new channel. So if you don't want to watch the full 4 or 5 hour stream, you guys can go and watch the highlights on my new channel when I upload that. So we'll be streaming a lot on Twitch because I ain't got nothing better to do. But hit the like button on your way out, guys. And I hope to catch a lot of you lot tomorrow across the watch-alongs. Or if there's any breaking news. I'm out, guys. Peace.